Hello, friends. Good evening. I am Kushal Agrawal, and I am passionate about stock markets. And this is my first video related to stock markets. Now, not many of them might know me, and I'm new to this YouTube channel and all that stuff. But this is a humble beginning from my end. And just to give you an introduction, I'm an engineer, a mechanical engineer, and I work in a MNC company in Mumbai. And I belong to a Bania family. And my interests in stock market basically rose during the time of demonetization, when a lot of interest rates had fallen down and our investments were not fetching good returns. And that is the time when and the markets were on rise. And so that is the time when I felt that something needs to be done and we need to understand the market. And just by getting tips from the panelists on TV and other forums, it will not do any good to us. And me being an engineer, I could apply my basic knowledge and my top down approach in markets, and I could learn something and I could apply that for my stock market investments and at least understand how the markets work and how the basics of market works. So this channel of mine, which is stock markets and basic engineering and common sense with respect to markets, is a new venture that I have started with, and I hope that this kind of initiative will do good to others and to the listeners who listen to my channel, and they can benefit out of it. So to begin with, as I have given you a brief introduction and how my interest in market rose and all that stuff, let's come back to this point and let me share with you some of my thoughts and some of the principles with respect to markets as on today. So I'll give you a short example and a short incident. So I'll narrate a short incident. Like one of my colleagues in my office, he came to me recently and he said कि मार्केट्स और कितना गिरेगा और मार्केट गिर क्यों रहा है. So basically from this I understood that many of the retail investors and Robinhood investors who have joined new in the market, they feel that market is just going to go upside, and they are super confident in the markets, and they feel that whatever investments they are doing and whatever money they are putting in the markets, it's giving them fantabulous returns and superb returns. And so they are feeling that whatever money they put, it will just reap them good benefits and give them good returns. One of my seniors also came and told me कि मेरे जो इन्वेस्टमेंट्स है वो मैंने मार्केट्स में लगा रखे हैं. आज मैं अगर बोलता हूँ कि मार्केट इतना बढ़ गया है तो उसको निकाल के मैं रखूँ कहाँ पे, मैं लगाऊँ कहाँ पे. वॉट ऑल अदर इन्वेस्टमेंट ऑप्शंस आई हैव, लाइक माई FDs, RDs, वेर आई कैन गेट सच गुड रिटर्न्स. सो it markets has surely been successful in grabbing the confidence of the retail investors and the Robinhood investors. But current scenario in the market that you see, the current market of Nifty at around 14,800 levels and stuff like that, how do you see market from here? So again, I'll take you to another incidence of Scam 1992. You must have seen that movie. Most of you must have seen that movie. Uh, and also many pundits in the market and many seasoned investors in the market, smart investors in the market, they tell that the fundamentals should distort. Unless and until that happens, and there's this huge commitment and complete commitment by the retail investors or most of the investors in the market, markets won't correct. So as on today, that is 31st of March 2021, if you see the uh, chart of the Nifty and Bank Nifty, and if you understand the fundamentals, what is happening in the economy today and what is happening with the markets, most of the retail investors are completely invested in the market. And based on the previous two incidents that I have narrated, many retail investors are super bullish on the markets and they feel that the markets won't correct much, and they want to earn a lifetime of their money from the markets. So this gives a feeling of commitment in the market at the moment. Secondly, if you see from the economic perspective or economic fundamentals, Coronavirus situations are rising in the market, in the economy, or in the country, and it's happening world over. So the smooth way in which the businesses should be done and the activity should be done, that is completely taking going for a toss, and there's a lot of distortion in that. There's a lot of disturbance in that. Many people are not able to align their activities smoothly, and they're not able to do their activities smoothly what they used to do previously, because of all these uncertain corona cases and uncertain happenings that are taking place all around the country and all around the world. So many businesses and personal activities alike are taking a hit, and that's one of the reasons why economy is not coming back on track and the train is not running smoothly. Third thing, as you know, the summers are on and there's a lot of heat wave and temperature rise that is taking place world over, and especially in India. And I happened to read a news article wherein they said that another 10-15 days there will be a huge heat wave hitting our country and stuff like that. And we can see that in the temperature rise that is taking place. So what happens normally in summers? Inflation rises. Why it rises? Because if you happen to see the retail inflation based on which the RBI decides its interest rate and policy, the retail inflation is rising because of two factors. One is the rise in fuel prices, and second is the rise in the food prices. Now, why do the food prices rise in summers? I am specifically specifying on the summer season because you know that all the agriculture and the season and the agricultural season that takes place here, due to the summers, the workers who work on the fields have to put in a lot of effort and man hours, and the productivity as compared to the man hours which we used to get when there was no summers and during the pleasant atmospheres, that is more as compared to what happens in summer. So the productivity goes down, the man hours have to be increased, as a result of which the cost and the labor cost increases. So many laborers charge more amount and more money from the farmers. Secondly, there's a lot of wastage because of the dryness and hydration, the dehydration that takes place due to the summer season and the atmosphere per se. So a lot of wastage takes place in fruits and vegetables, and so uh, what produce they can make when there's a pleasant atmosphere, that produce doesn't take place, or by the time it reaches the market, some amount of their fruit and vegetables are wasted, as a result of which the inflation rises. They need to increase the price per kg of their vegetable or fruit to earn as much as what they used to earn before. So that is one of the factors. So all in all, if you sum up all these things, so distortion in fundamentals, that is because of the rising corona cases, because of the inflation rise that is due to the summer season, and plus the government spending which has gone for a toss, or I might not say gone for a toss, but which has taken a halt, which is at a halt because of the complete focus of the government on West Bengal elections. Obviously, there are certain sections of the government who are working in tandem and working for the economy, like the finance ministry is doing its own job, and the other ministries are doing their own job. But mm, also, there's a lot of focus on winning the West Bengal election, and many big leaders in the government and Prime Minister himself is focusing a lot on the West Bengal elections. So that is one place where spending takes a little bit of hit and little bit of halt. So that is one more thing. So these factors which club together, and they cause a distortion in the fundamentals of the economy, plus the extra commitment or the overcommitment by the retail investors, because at the moment whatever they earn from their salaries or from their businesses, I don't know how many people have converted themselves or have converted their investments into demat and trading and all that. But the service class which I know, they are investing in markets and they feel that the markets will give them good returns and stuff like that. So whatever rise that we see in the markets, like day before yesterday also Nifty rose 400-500 points, and many people felt that each stock is up 8%, 9%, and they felt that, oh, we'll miss the train and we'll miss this journey, so let's invest. I think every rise is a selling opportunity, and smart money is moving out of the stocks which are highly valued and overvalued. Yes, there might be stock specific action like commodity stocks might rise and all that, but we cannot give specific reasons of what stocks will rise and which sectors will rise, because there's a lot of sector rotation taking place. There's a lot of volatility that is happening. So what I would suggest is, at the moment, the markets, you people who don't know about what stocks to invest and the fair value of the stocks and which stocks to enter into, which stocks are good from the valuation perspective and from the business perspective, I think they should stay away from the market and just not get carried away by the intermittent rise that takes place in the market. Market will definitely give you a chance to enter in April and May. And even from the Nifty monthly chart, if you see, it has formed a red candle with a long wedge. Okay, it has formed a red candle with a long wedge and is taking support at its moving averages, 50-day and 10 days moving averages. And wherever you have seen such red candles at the peak, there has been a follow-up red candle for the next month and the month to follow. So April and May, again, I feel that the Nifty will bottom out, and these corrections will give you a chance to enter into good stocks and good companies at cheaper valuations and at attractive prices. So not every rise has to be entered into. This is what I feel. So consider high valued stocks which rise as an exit opportunity, and you can sit on some bit of cash and try and find other opportunities in the market whenever the market gives you a chance in correction. This is one thing. At the same time, due to the sector rotation, I might not say that all the stocks will fall and all the sectors will take a hit. Yes, highly valued stocks will do definitely take a hit, and where there is no business future, there will be a good sharp correction also. But in summer season, if you ask me, if you ask me for 2 3 stocks where you can enter and where you can still earn money, because many people focus on the short term rather than the long term value investing. So you can see that in summer season the inflation rises, and inflation will definitely rise some amount of it, and it depends on the government and the RBI how they control and how they manage this inflationary pressure on the economy. But what all stocks and what all sectors are benefited due to rise in inflation, you can enter all those stocks. um, you can enter detergent stocks and you can enter consumer stocks where personal care products and non-perishable and consumer durables uh, are made. You can enter into consumption stocks where they produce detergents and washing powders, because during summer seasons there is a lot of use of all these things. Electricity is consumed in large quantities, so you can enter electricity stocks and such stocks. So you have to basically enter into those stocks and sectors which benefit from the inflation and the consumption of their product increases because of the summer season. I have just given you hints. In my next video, I'll definitely talk about such stocks in detail, and I'll let you know what stocks to enter and what stocks can be taken at what value and what price by studying their charts and by studying their other parameters. At the same time, I have whatever I have spoken in this video, I have spoken from the short term perspective, but the fundamentals based on which, because many people say ki we don't know and we want to understand how the market and economy works. Basically these short term trends and medium term trends and all these are fine to understand what how the market is behaving on a daily and a weekly basis, but basically how are markets and economies interrelated and what is the future of stock markets in India. So based on that also I'll make one video. And for long term value investors, there are definitely going to be many opportunities for stock investment, and this April and May correction which Nifty and Bank Nifty will be giving us, we'll have a lot of good opportunities to invest in good stocks. So you need to hang on there, you need to be patient. Market is going to test your patience like anything. Many people will say that what I have invested in, that is not increasing, and there are other stocks that are rising 10%, 9%, 15% on a daily basis. So and plus I'm fully invested, so I cannot even pull out my cash and invest in such companies. So yes, these kind of frustrating times will be there for you. You need to be patient, and you need to go with a systematic investment option, you need to understand the gist of the market, you need to understand the gist of sector rotation, what the smart money is doing, and how this economy is going to pan out in coming days and coming weeks and coming months and years. And based on that, you have to take your investment calls. So there are two kind of people and investors. One is the short term investors who say that we want to bet huge amount of money on the daily basis and make 10% return on one stock, then invest in another stock, and then invest in another stock. And there are some investors who believe on the long term investment, that is they go top down approach, they go theme based do the theme based investment, wherein they think about the themes of what is going to take place in future, what changes will take place in the economy, what sectors will be the pivotal sectors in the economy, and based on that they do value investing in companies whenever they get good prices. So all these are different ways and means of investment. What I have uh, spoken in this video is basically the short term of you not getting trapped in these daily frenzies that take place in the market. And I have given you the reasons that there will be some disruption in the economic cycles, and at the same time there is good commitment from the retail investors. So any rising opportunity is an exit opportunity. Anywhere, any stock that rises a lot and which is highly valued, I think that that's an exit opportunity. And the stocks which fall down, you can note down, and you can, based on theme based approach, you can invest in them when the proper value and proper price is available in the market. At the same time, in summers, as I said, if you want to invest for the shorter term, that is 1 2 months in April May, you can think of all those sectors and stocks which benefit due to increased inflation. And some of them I have already mentioned, that the electricity consumption increases, so you can look at those kind of stocks. And the detergent consumption increases, the powder consumption increases, so you can look at such kind of consumption stocks. uh, you can look at chemical companies who make raw materials for such kind of consumption products, and these are non-perishable, so you can also look at these companies and they'll give you good returns. And amongst them, if there are 2 3 companies available, you should look at the companies which manage their operating costs properly, which have a good upper hand in operating profit margins, and which can produce the same product at lower cost and with better efficiency. All these are parameters that you need to look at micro level when you go for company selection rather than the sector selection. So based on that, you can take your investment calls in the month of April and May, and you can earn good returns in that. I'll be highlighting more on these companies and these sectors in coming next video. And at the same time, the long term investment and the correlations of market and the economy, that also I'll be highlighting. Till then, I hope that you understand this and you appreciate my work, and I hope that I am making sense to the investors. If in case there is some suggestion, you can please mention it in the comment box and let me know. I'll definitely improve upon it in the coming videos. Till then, thank you. Have a safe and stay safe. Have a safe stay, and I hope that you take your investment decisions carefully. Thank you so much.